The ultrasound photo was tucked inside my brother's wallet, dated 3 weeks before my wife told me she was pregnant. I'm standing in Marcus's apartment Friday afternoon, holding his wallet because he asked me to grab it while he showers. We're supposed to meet our parents for dinner in an hour. The leather smells like his cologne, the same one Sarah bought him last Christmas. Armani Code. I remember because she bought me the same one. Said brothers should match. The photo slides out with his credit cards, and there it is. Black and white. Grainy. Beautiful in that way. All ultrasound photos are beautiful, except this one has my wife's name written on the back in his handwriting. Sarah Chen. 8 weeks, and a tiny heart drawn next to it. My hands don't shake. That surprises me later when I think back to this moment. They should have shaken. Instead, I take out my phone, steady as a surgeon, and photograph everything. The ultrasound, the back with her name, the way it sits in his wallet between his driver's license and the gym membership card. Then I notice something else, a parking garage receipt. Marcello's Towers, downtown, April 15th. The timestamp shows 2:47 a.m., the night of my business trip. Hey, you find it? Marcus calls from the bathroom. Got it, I say, sliding everything back exactly as it was. Right where you said. If you've ever found something that changed everything in seconds, you know this feeling. The world doesn't explode. It crystallizes. Every detail becomes sharp enough to cut. The water running in his shower, the tick of his kitchen clock, the photo of us at Dad's 60th birthday party on his refrigerator, my arm around Sarah, his hand on my shoulder. Brothers. The drive to my parents' house takes 23 minutes. I count them. Sarah texts twice. Running late from yoga. Start without me. Kiss your mom for me. The second text has 3 heart emojis. We've been married 7 years. She still sends heart emojis. I text back, drive safe, love you. Because that's what I would normally say, and everything needs to be normal now. Mom's made her famous lasagna. The smell fills the house like it has every Friday for 30 years. Dad's already into his second beer, talking about the Patriots draft picks. My sister Jenny's there with her 6-year-old son, Tyler, who runs to me shouting, Uncle Daniel! I pick him up, spin him around, his laugh pure and untainted by the knowledge that families can rot from the inside. Marcus arrives 10 minutes after me. He's whistling. Actually whistling. Sits next to me at the table like he hasn't been fucking my wife. Mom serves the salad, and I take a big helping, chew methodically, contribute to the conversation about property taxes and the new mall being built downtown. Jenny mentions Sarah's been glowing lately, says maybe there's good news coming. I smile and say, maybe. You never know what life is planned. My mother notices I'm not eating much of the lasagna. Everything okay, sweetheart? You love my lasagna. Work stress, I say. Big presentation Monday. She reaches over, pats my hand. Her wedding ring catches the light. 41 years with Dad. Some marriages last. Some are already dead and still walking around, pretending to breathe. Marcus tells a story about a difficult client, animated, using his hands. Those hands. I watch them gesture and think about where they've been. Sarah arrives during dessert, apologizing, kissing my cheek. She smells like yoga, or that's what she wants me to think. But there's something else underneath. His cologne, faint but there. Armani Code. Wine, Dad offers her a glass. No thanks, she says, hand on her stomach. So subtle, so practiced. Not feeling great today. My mother's eyes light up with that specific grandmother hope. I catch it, file it away with everything else I'm filing away now. Evidence, because that's what this has become, a case I'm building. My phone records everything. The app runs silent in my pocket, capturing audio. Have you ever had to smile through heartbreak? Your facial muscles remember the shape even when your heart forgets how to beat properly. I've become an actor in my own life. Oscar-worthy performance nightly. Tyler draws with crayons Mom keeps for him. Look, Uncle Daniel, I drew our family. Stick figures holding hands. All of us, even Sarah, even Marcus. He's put them standing very close together. Children see everything, even when they don't understand what they're seeing. My mother asks why I'm not drinking. The wine sits untouched by my plate. Antibiotics, I say. Sinus infection. She nods, concerned. Marcus reaches for the bottle, pours himself a generous glass. His hand shakes slightly, just slightly. He knows I know something's different, but he doesn't know what I know. This gap between his suspicion and my certainty, this is where I live now. After dinner, I help Mom with dishes while Sarah and Jenny look at old photo albums. Every picture is a before I knew, before the wallet, before 2:47 a.m., timestamps and ultrasounds hidden like love letters. Dad and Marcus watch TV in the living room, sports highlights flickering blue across their faces. Father and son, the son who stayed loyal and the son who didn't. You sure you're okay? Mom asks quietly, handing me a plate to dry. I'm fine, Mom. You know you can tell me anything. I look at her. This woman who taught me right from wrong, who said marriage vows are sacred, who believes in family above all else. I know, Mom. If something was wrong, you'd be the first to know. She smiles, reassured. I've gotten very good at lying. It only took one ultrasound photo to learn. Sarah finds me in the kitchen. Ready to go home? She stands close, hand on my lower back. 7 years of marriage, and she still stands close. Even now, even while carrying my brother's child. 5 more minutes, I say. Want to say goodbye to Tyler? I find my nephew in the living room, building with blocks. He shows me his tower, proud of how tall it stands. Will you help me, Uncle Daniel? Sure, buddy. We build in silence for a moment. Then he says something that makes my blood stop. Auntie Sarah comes to our house sometimes when you're at work. Oh yeah? My voice stays level, interested but casual. That's nice of her. She and Uncle Marcus play together. Mommy says it's a secret game. The tower falls. Blocks scatter across the carpet. Tyler laughs, starts gathering them up. Oops, we'll build it better next time, right, Uncle Daniel? Right, buddy, we'll build it better. Sarah appears in the doorway. There you are. Hi, Tyler. Her voice is bright, too bright. Building something cool? Uncle Daniel's helping me, Tyler says. Like you help Uncle Marcus. The silence stretches 1 second, 2, 3. Sarah's smile never wavers. I love helping everyone. That's what family does, right? Right, I say, standing up. That's what family does. The drive home takes 18 minutes. Sarah talks about work, about her mother's birthday next week, about maybe repainting the guest room. I make appropriate sounds at appropriate times. The ultrasound photo burns in my mind like a brand. 3 weeks she's known. 3 weeks of morning kisses, evening dinners, good night I love yous, all while his child grows inside her. At home, she showers first. I stand in our bedroom, looking at our wedding photo on the dresser. We look so young, so certain. The frame is silver, engraved, Daniel and Sarah, forever starts today. Forever lasted 7 years, 2 months, and 13 days. While she showers, I open her purse, carefully, quietly. Her phone is there, but I don't need it, not yet. I'm learning patience. There's a receipt from CVS, prenatal vitamins, purchased 2 days ago. I photograph it, return everything exactly as it was. She comes out toweling her hair, wearing my old college t-shirt. You were quiet tonight. Tired, I say. Your mom's lasagna usually perks you up. She sits on the bed, lotioning her legs. The same routine for 7 years. Maybe you're coming down with something. Maybe. She looks at me then, really looks at me. Daniel, is everything okay? I sit beside her, take her hand. Her wedding ring catches the lamplight, just like Mom's did earlier. Everything's perfect, I say, bringing her hand to my lips. Why would anything be wrong? She smiles, relieved, kisses me softly. I love you. I love you too. We go to bed. She falls asleep quickly, hand on her stomach, protecting what's inside. I lie awake counting her breaths, counting the days since my business trip, counting the lies that will come tomorrow, and tomorrow, and tomorrow. My phone buzzes. Marcus. Thanks for grabbing my wallet. You're the best brother. I text back. Anytime. That's what brothers are for. The timestamp reads 11:47 p.m. I screenshot it, add it to the folder I've created, label it simply Future, because I'm going to need evidence. All of it. Every text, every receipt, every timestamp. The performance has begun, and I intend to play it perfectly until the final curtain. My mother asked why I wasn't drinking. I said I was taking antibiotics. The truth is, I need to stay sharp, clear, sober. There's so much to document, so much to prove, and somewhere in this house we built together, Sarah sleeps peacefully, not knowing that I know, not knowing that while she plays one game, I've started another. The night is long. I plan, I prepare, I practice my smile in the dark. Tomorrow is Saturday. She has yoga at 9, she says. Marcus has a gym session at 9:30, he says. Marcello's Tower's parking garage is exactly halfway between the yoga studio and the gym. I close my eyes, finally, not to sleep, but to visualize tomorrow's performance. The husband who doesn't know, the brother who trusts, the fool who believes. She said the baby was a miracle, conceived the exact week I was gone. Saturday morning comes wrapped in spring rain. Sarah leaves for yoga at 8:45, kissing my cheek at the door. Might grab coffee with Melissa after, she says. Melissa is her alibi. Has been for months, probably. I check our joint credit card statement after she leaves. 17 calls to my brother while I was at Dad's funeral out of state. Dad's funeral, 3 months ago. Mom had called crying. Dad's brother Harold had passed. We all flew to Boston, except Sarah. Food poisoning, she said. So convincing I held her hair back while she threw up the morning I left. Now I wonder if morning sickness started earlier than she told me. The credit card statements tell stories. Purchases at the same hotel bar, minutes apart. 2 phones buying drinks on the company card, creating a paper trail they didn't know existed. The Marriott downtown, room service charges, always Tuesday afternoons when I have my standing client meetings that run until 7. I spread the statements across the dining table, highlight the patterns with yellow marker, take photos, add them to the folder. My phone storage is filling up with evidence of my life falling apart. There's something almost beautiful about the precision of their deception, the choreography required, the timing. If I wasn't the one being betrayed, I might admire it. Marcus texts, "Coffee? That place on 5th?" I text back, "Sure, 30 minutes." The coffee shop is crowded. Saturday morning runners and dog walkers. Normal people living normal lives where brothers don't betray brothers. Marcus is already there. Corner booth, 2 coffees ordered. He knows how I take it. Of course he does. We've been having Saturday coffee for 15 years. "You look tired," he says. "Haven't been sleeping well." He nods, stirs his coffee, adds sugar, stirs again. His hand trembles slightly. The spoon clinks against ceramic like a tiny bell. "Daniel, I need to tell you something." My heart doesn't race. I've moved beyond that. "What's up?" He starts to speak. Stops, starts again. "I've been thinking about..." He stops. Looks at me. Really looks at me. "Do you ever feel like life is getting away from you? Like you're making choices that don't make sense?" "What kind of choices?" He's sweating. April isn't warm yet, but he's sweating. "I don't know. Just choices that hurt people. People you care about. If you're waiting for someone to confess, you learn the power of silence." Yet I sip my coffee. Wait. The whole coffee shop seems to pause with us. "There's something I should..." He stops again. His phone buzzes. Sarah's name lights up the screen. He flips it over quickly, but not quickly enough. The message preview. Can't stop thinking about... You were saying, I prompt. He shakes his head, orders another drink instead, then another. By the third coffee, his confession has drowned in caffeine and cowardice. We talk about work, the weather, anything but the truth sitting between us like a third person at the table. I should go, he finally says. Jim. Yeah, Sarah's at yoga. He flinches at her name, so slight, but I catch it. I catch everything now. After he leaves, I sit in the coffee shop for another hour, watching normal people. A couple shares a muffin, a father helps his daughter with homework, a woman reads alone, peaceful. I envy them all. Sunday brings family lunch at Jenny's. She lives in the suburbs, the house with the good schools and the big backyard. Tyler runs to me as soon as I arrive, dragging me to his room to see his new drawings. Look, Uncle Daniel, I made this for you. The crayon drawing stops my heart. It's our family again, but this time Sarah and Marcus are holding hands, off to the side, together. Why are they holding hands, buddy? Because they're friends, like when they play their secret game. Jenny appears in the doorway. Tyler, why don't you show Uncle Daniel your new Legos? But Tyler's not done. Mommy, can I tell Uncle Daniel about when Auntie Sarah and Uncle Marcus... Tyler. Jenny's voice is sharp, too sharp. She knows. My sister knows. Jenny, my voice is steady. What's Tyler talking about? She sends Tyler to play outside, sits on his bed, head in her hands. I didn't know how to tell you. How long? I saw them 2 months ago. At the Marriott. I was meeting a client for lunch and she starts crying. I'm so sorry, Daniel. I kept thinking they'd stop. That it was a mistake. I didn't want to be the one to... It's okay. I sit beside her, arm around my sister. It's not your fault. What are you going to do? I don't know yet. But I do know. I'm going to document everything. Build a case so airtight that when the truth comes out, there's no denying it. No gaslighting. No making me the crazy one. Mommy said it's a secret game when Uncle visits. Tyler's words echo as I drive to CVS that afternoon. 3 DNA test kits. That's what I buy. 1 for backup, 1 for verification, 1 for truth. The clerk, young and cheerful, scans them without comment until the end. Exciting time, she asks. Finding out about heritage is so popular now. Something like that? Are you hoping for anything specific? Like, my friend found out she was part Norwegian, which explains so much about... Just looking for the truth, I say. She pauses, something in my tone. Well, good luck. The truth is important. Yes, it is. The DNA kits sit in my car like 3 small bombs. Sarah's hairbrush will provide her sample. Marcus left a water bottle at my house last week. The baby, that will have to wait, but I'm patient now. I've learned patience. The clerk asked if I was excited about becoming a father. I said, we'll see. Monday through Thursday blur together. Work, home, performance. Sarah announces the pregnancy officially on Tuesday. Over dinner I've cooked. Salmon, her favorite. She cries when she tells me, and I hold her while she sobs about how happy she is, how perfect this timing is, how the baby is our miracle. I knew when you were at the conference, she says. I just felt different. And then I took the test and... Daniel, we're having a baby. I kiss her forehead, hold her tight. This is amazing, I say. Our little miracle. She pulls back, looks at me. You're happy? Really? Of course I'm happy. Why wouldn't I be happy? She smiles through tears. I was so nervous to tell you. I know we said we'd wait another year, but sometimes life has other plans. Sometimes it does. Friday is our anniversary, 7 years. I make reservations at Carlisle's, the restaurant where we had our first date. She wears the red dress I bought her for her birthday. Looks beautiful, radiant, people say about pregnant women. She's radiant while carrying my brother's child. The restaurant is perfect. Soft lighting, live piano. The the table where we sat that first night. I've requested it specifically. The waiter brings champagne. She can't drink it, of course. Just apple juice for me, she says, hand on her stomach. That gesture, protective, maternal. But you should have some. Celebrate. I raise my glass of champagne. She raises her apple juice. To 7 years, I say. To the 7 years that taught me everything. That's a strange toast, she laughs, but there's something in her eyes. Uncertainty. Is it? 7 years to learn who someone really is. 7 years to understand what love means, what loyalty means, what family means. I sip my champagne. 7 years to build a life. Daniel. And now a baby. The timing really is miraculous, isn't it? I mean, what are the odds? That exact week I was gone? She sets down her glass. What are you saying? Nothing, just miracles are funny things. They require so much faith. The waiter brings our appetizers. She barely touches hers. I eat methodically. The piano player starts The Way You Look Tonight, our song, the one we danced to at our wedding. Dance with me, I say. Here, now. Why not? It's our anniversary. We dance. Other diners watch, smiling at the romantic couple. Her head on my shoulder, my hand on her back. The red dress under my fingers. She's crying, silently, tears soaking into my jacket. I love you, she whispers. I know, I say. No, Daniel, I really love you. You know that, right? No matter what, I love you. No matter what, I repeat. That's quite a qualifier. She pulls back, looks at me. What's wrong? You've been different lately. Have I? I thought you'd been different. Must be the pregnancy hormones. She cried at my toast, not knowing I was saying goodbye. The rest of dinner passes in careful conversation. She talks about baby names, nursery colors, whether we should find out the gender. I agree with everything. Noah for a boy, Emma for a girl, pale yellow for the nursery. Yes, let's find out the gender. You're being so wonderful about this, she says over dessert. I know the timing isn't what we planned. Plans change, but you're okay with it? Really? I reach across the table, take her hand. Her wedding ring catches the candlelight. Sarah, this baby is going to change everything. For the better, she says quickly. Change everything for the better. We'll see. At home, she wants to make love. Anniversary tradition. But she's tired, she says, the pregnancy. So, we just hold each other. She falls asleep in my arms, and I memorize the feeling, the weight of her, the smell of her hair, the way she fits against me after 7 years of practice. My phone vibrates. Marcus. How was the anniversary dinner? I don't respond. Let him wonder. Saturday I meet with a lawyer, Catherine Chen. No relation to Sarah, despite the name. She specializes in family law, divorce, custody. Her office is downtown, discreet entrance, no names on the door. Your prenup has a fidelity clause, she says, reading through the documents I've brought. She gets nothing if proven. And the baby? That's more complicated. If you're on the birth certificate, what if I can prove it's not mine? She looks up sharply. You have proof? I will. She nods, makes notes. Then we need to establish paternity before birth if possible, or immediately after. The longer you wait, the more complicated it becomes. Courts consider the best interest of the child. The best interest of the child is not living a lie. I agree, but judges don't always see it that way. How far along is she? 11 weeks, allegedly. Allegedly? She says 11 weeks, but I think it's closer to 13. The ultrasound in my brother's wallet was dated 3 weeks before she told me. Catherine stops writing. Your brother? Yes. I see. She sets down her pen. Mr. Hayes, I've been doing this for 20 years. This is particularly cruel. Yes. Are you sure you want to proceed? Some couples work through. Would you work through your spouse having your sibling's baby? She's quiet for a moment. No, I wouldn't. Then let's proceed. She outlines the strategy. Document everything. Establish patterns of deception. Gather evidence of the affair. Most importantly, protect assets before she knows I know. The element of surprise is crucial, Catherine says. Once she knows you know, she'll lawyer up. Right now, she thinks she's safe. Use that. How long should I wait? Until you have everything you need. Financial records, proof of adultery, paternity results. Build the case like you're going to trial. Even if we settle, which we probably will, most do. I don't want to settle, I want the truth out. The truth can be expensive, Mr. Hayes, emotionally and financially. I can afford it. She nods, stands to shake my hand. I'm sorry this is happening to you. So am I. Your prenup has a fidelity clause. She gets nothing if proven. The words echo as I drive home. Nothing. 7 years becomes nothing. But then, it already is nothing, isn't it? Every kiss, every I love you, every plan we made, all nothing now. Sarah's at her mother's when I get home. Weekly Saturday lunch. I use the time to search deeper. Her laptop is password protected, but I know her passwords. She's never been good at security, uses variations of our anniversary date. Her email is clean, too clean, deleted folder empty. But she doesn't know about email recovery systems. I install software that will retrieve deleted messages. It will take time, but I have time. Her journal is in the nightstand. I photograph each page from the last 3 months. Her handwriting, familiar as my own, documents everything but the affair. Doctor appointments, work stress, excitement about the baby. One entry stops me. Daniel seems distant lately. I hope he's okay with the pregnancy. I know the timing surprised him. God, I hope he never finds out the truth about when. The entry stops mid-sentence, scratched out, written over with grocery lists. She comes home with shopping bags. Mom says hi. She's so excited about the baby, already knitting booties. She kisses my cheek. What did you do today? Just errands, boring stuff. Want to watch a movie tonight? Something funny? Sure. We watch a romantic comedy. She laughs at all the right places, cries at the happy ending, falls asleep with her head on my shoulder. I sit in the dark, her breathing steady against me, and plan the rest of my life without her. Sunday dinner at my parents' house feels different now. I know Jenny knows. She knows. I know she knows. We move around each other carefully, like dancers who've rehearsed grief. Mom notices because Mom notices everything. Daniel, help me with the dishes, she says after dinner. Not a request. In the kitchen, she closes the door. How long have you known? I freeze, dish towel in hand. Known what? She takes the towel from me, sets it down, opens a drawer. Inside, tucked beneath the good silverware, is a small leather journal. Her handwriting fills the pages. Dates, times, observations. Mothers know, she says simply. I've been documenting since February. February, 2 months before I found the ultrasound. Why didn't you tell me? She sits at the kitchen table, suddenly looking older than her 63 years. Your father had a brother too. The words land like physical blows. What? Before you were born, your father's brother, Stephen. He died in a car accident when Marcus was 2. But before that, she opens the journal, pages worn from handling. I found them together. Your father never knew I knew. I stayed, kept the family together. Stephen died 3 months later, drunk driving. Some problems solve themselves if you wait. Mom, Jesus. History has a cruel sense of humor. I thought I'd broken the pattern by raising you boys right, teaching you loyalty, family values. She laughs bitterly. But here we are. What should I do? She looks at me with eyes that have seen too much. You're stronger than I was. You don't have to stay. You shouldn't stay. The baby is not your responsibility. That child is the consequence of their choices, not yours. She pulls out another folder. Bank statements, phone records. I hire a private investigator, she says. After I noticed Sarah's car at Marcus's apartment 3 times in 1 week while you were at work. The evidence is damning. Photos of them entering his apartment, leaving hours later. Her car in his garage overnight when she told you she was at her sister's in Portland. I was going to tell you after I had everything, Mom says. But then you started acting different, and I knew you'd figured it out yourself. Does Dad know? About Stephen? No. About Marcus? He suspects. He asked me last week why Marcus won't look him in the eye anymore. Your father had a brother too. History has a cruel sense of humor. I hug her then, this woman who's been carrying everyone's secrets. She feels small in my arms, fragile. But her voice is steel when she says, "Don't let them make you small, Daniel. Don't let them win." Monday morning, I call in sick to work. Instead, I drive to a medical lab 2 towns over. The DNA tests don't require names, just numbers. I'm number 447829. The samples are labeled A, B, and C. The tech doesn't ask questions, just processes the payment. Results in 5 to 7 business days, she says. Email or mail? Email. You can pay for expedited processing. 2 days. Yes, that. While I wait, I continue the performance. Sarah and I go to her first prenatal appointment together. The doctor is cheerful, talks about healthy pregnancies, gives us pamphlets. The ultrasound shows a tiny beating heart. Sarah cries. I hold her hand and stare at the screen. At this child that isn't mine, but will forever be connected to me through betrayal. Strong heartbeat, the doctor says. Everything looks perfect. Perfect. There's that word again. Marcus comes for dinner Tuesday. Sarah insists. We should tell him about the baby properly, she says. He's going to be an uncle. He already knows, of course. But we play the scene. Sarah announces over dessert. Marcus acts surprised, then delighted. Hugs us both. His arms around me feel like a noose. I'm so happy for you guys, he says. This kid is lucky to have you as parents. We're the lucky ones, Sarah says, beaming. To the luckiest baby in the world, Marcus raises his glass. And to the best big brother anyone could ask for. We clink glasses. The sound is hollow. Wednesday, the email arrives at 3:47 p.m. I'm in my car, parked at the Overlook, where Sarah and I got engaged 5 years ago. The subject line is just numbers. I open it with steady hands. Sample A, Sarah, confirmed maternal match to sample C, fetus. Sample B, Daniel, probability of paternity, percent avuncular index. Comparing sample B to sample C, 99.97%. The numbers blur. Not because I'm crying, I'm past tears, but because the finality is overwhelming. Mathematical certainty, biological proof, probability of paternity, 0%. Avuncular index, 99.97%. I sit in the car for an hour, engine off, watching the city below. Somewhere down there, Sarah is probably texting Marcus, planning their next lie, their next secret meeting, living their double life while I hold the proof of their betrayal in my phone. I forward the results to Catherine, my lawyer. She calls within minutes. This is what we needed, she says. I'll file the papers tomorrow if you're ready. Not yet. I need one more thing. What? A confession. Thursday, I prepare. 7 recording devices hidden throughout the house. Legal in our state. One-party consent for recording. The nanny cam, my phone. A voice recorder in the kitchen junk drawer. Another in the bedroom. Insurance upon insurance. Friday, I text Marcus. Need to talk. Can you come by tonight? Sarah's at her book club. He arrives at 8 p.m., nervous. He knows something's shifting. Beer? I offer. Sure. We sit in the living room, the same couch where Sarah told me about the pregnancy, where we've watched hundreds of movies, where we made love the night before my business trip. I know, I say simply. He goes white. Know what? I pull out the ultrasound photo, set it on the coffee table between us. This was in your wallet. Daniel, when did it start? He's crying now. My little brother is crying. It wasn't supposed to happen, but it did. When? January. Your conference in Seattle. She came over upset about something at work. We had wine. It just happened. And then it kept happening. We tried to stop. We did stop, then started again. Daniel, I'm so sorry. I'm so fucking sorry. The baby is yours. It's not a question, but he nods anyway. She told me first, before you. She didn't know what to do, so you both decided to lie. She said you wanted kids, that this could work, that you'd never have to know. She said you knew all along, I replied, since day one. The conversation records perfectly, every word, every confession. Sarah comes home early. Book club canceled, sees Marcus's car, hesitates at the door, then enters like nothing's wrong. Oh, Marcus, I didn't know you were coming over. Her performance is almost impressive. I'll leave you boys to talk. Stay, I say. This concerns you. She freezes, looks between us, sees the ultrasound on the table. Her hand goes to her stomach. Daniel, the baby isn't mine. That's ridiculous, of course. DNA test results. I show her my phone. Probability of paternity, 0%. But 99.97% chance the father is my brother. She sits down heavily. Marcus reaches for her, then stops, looks at me. How long have you known? She asks quietly. Since I found the ultrasound in Marcus's wallet, 3 weeks before you told me you were pregnant. You knew all along, since day one. The silence stretches, then she laughs, actually laughs. God, you must have enjoyed this. Watching us squirm, playing the fool. No, I didn't enjoy any of it. Then why? Why not confront us immediately? Because I needed proof, documentation, legal protection. You would have lied, gaslit me, made me the crazy jealous husband. Now I have everything. Your confession recorded, the DNA tests, the evidence. You recorded us? Marcus stands angry now. That's illegal. One-party consent state. I'm the party. It's all legal. Ask my lawyer. Sarah's crying now. Ugly crying, mascara running. We didn't plan it, then we did. We tried to stop. I don't care about your reasons. I only care about what happens next. Which is, Marcus asks, divorce. You get nothing, Sarah. The prenup is clear. Infidelity voids everything. The house is mine. The investments, mine. You leave with what you brought. Your student loans and your mother's china. The baby is not my problem. That's between you and Marcus now. She turns to Marcus. Tell him what you said about taking care of us. Marcus looks at the floor. Sarah, tell him, she's screaming now. Tell him how you said you'd leave everything for me, for our baby. Is that true? I ask him. He nods miserably. But it's complicated. My job, my life. Sarah slaps him, hard. The sound echoes. You coward! You fucking coward! The judge said it was the most organized case of fraud he'd seen. 3 weeks later, we're in court. Sarah has a lawyer now. Not a very good one, but she tries. The evidence is overwhelming. The judge reviews it all with the expression of someone who's seen everything, but still finds new ways to be disappointed in humanity. Mrs. Hayes, he says finally. The evidence clearly shows a pattern of deception, adultery, and attempted fraud. The prenuptial agreement is clear and enforceable. The petition for divorce is granted. Assets will be divided according to the prenuptial terms. Sarah's lawyer objects, mentions the pregnancy, the emotional distress. The pregnancy, the judge says carefully, is the result of choices made by your client. The biological father has been identified as Mr. Marcus Hayes. Perhaps she should seek support from him. Marcus isn't in court. He moved to Chicago 2 weeks ago. New job, he said. Fresh start. Mom won't speak to him. Dad pretends he doesn't have a younger son. Outside the courthouse, Sarah stops me. I did love you, she says. That was real. No, I tell her. Love doesn't do what you did. What about forgiveness? What about second chances? I forgive you, I say, and mean it. But forgiveness doesn't mean we stay together. It means I let go of the anger so I can move forward. And the baby, you're just going to pretend it doesn't exist? It's not mine to raise. You made that choice when you slept with my brother. She walks away, one hand on her growing belly. I don't watch her go. Catherine meets me at a coffee shop afterward. You did well, she says. Most people break on the stand. I had time to prepare. What now? She asks. Take some time? Travel? Actually, I have an appointment this afternoon. The adoption agency is in a restored Victorian house. Warm colors, children's drawings on the walls. The counselor, Mrs. Patterson, has kind eyes and silver hair. You've been through our background checks, she says. Everything looks wonderful. The divorce is final, as of today. And you're sure about single-parent adoption? I'm sure. I have a strong support system. My parents, my sister. And I've always wanted to be a father. She smiles. We have several children waiting for homes. But there's one, a little boy, 3 years old. His name is James. He's been in foster care since birth. Some developmental delays, nothing severe. He needs patience, stability, love. Can I meet him? She takes me to a playroom. James is small for his age, building with blocks in the corner. He looks up when we enter. Brown eyes, serious expression. James, Mrs. Patterson says gently. This is Mr. Daniel. He'd like to play with you. James considers this, then holds out a blue block. Help? I sit on the floor beside him. What are we building? A house, he says solemnly. A strong house. A strong house, I agree. That's important. We build in comfortable silence. He's particular about the placement, moving blocks until they're just right. When the tower stands tall and steady, he smiles, the first real smile I've seen from him. Good job, he says, patting my hand. Mrs. Patterson leaves us alone for an hour. James shows me his drawings, his favorite book about trains, the stuffed elephant he's had since he was a baby. When it's time to go, he tugs my sleeve. You come back? He asks. Would you like that? He nods. You're nice. You build good houses. He asked if I was his forever dad. 6 months later, the adoption is final. James, Jamie now, stands before the judge in his best outfit, holding my hand. Mom and Dad are there. Jenny and Tyler, even Catherine came, tears in her eyes. Is this your forever dad? The judge asks Jamie. Yes, Jamie says clearly. My dad. The courtroom erupts in applause. Tyler hugs his new cousin. Mom cries into Dad's shoulder. Jamie looks up at me, confused by the noise. Is it done? He whispers. It's done, buddy. You're stuck with me now. Good, he says. I picked you. Later, at the celebration dinner, Jamie falls asleep in my lap, exhausted from the day. Jenny takes a picture. For your new family album, she says, the empty frame that sat on my mantle for months now has purpose. Not the family I planned, but the family I chose. The family that chose me. Mom watches Jamie sleep, her hand on my shoulder. He looks like you did at that age, she lies beautifully. He does, doesn't he? I lie back. No biological connection, no shared DNA, just chosen love. Sarah had the baby last month. Marcus sent one text. It's a boy. I didn't respond. Some circles don't need closing. Jamie stirs, opens his eyes. Home? He asks sleepily. Yeah, buddy. Let's go home. We drive through the city, past the coffee shop where Marcus almost confessed, past the restaurant where I said goodbye to Sarah without her knowing, past all the landmarks of my old life. Jamie watches the lights, content. At home, I tuck him into the bed we picked out together. Race cars because trains were for babies now. His elephant, renamed Mr. Peanuts, stands guard. Dad, he says as I turn off the light. Yeah? You won't leave? I sit on his bed, smooth his hair. Never. We don't leave. We don't leave, he repeats, already drifting off. I stand in his doorway, watching him sleep. Down the hall, my room, our house, our life. The photo on his dresser, him and me at the courthouse, catches the nightlight's glow. The frame is silver, engraved with the day's date and one word: forever. The photo that ended everything was tucked in leather. The photo that started everything is framed in silver. Tomorrow, Jamie starts preschool. I've already met his teacher, filled out the emergency contacts, bought too many school supplies, normal parent things. The things I thought I'd be doing with a different child, a different life. But standing here, watching my son sleep, my son, because that's what he is, DNA be damned, I understand something. Sarah and Marcus didn't steal my chance at fatherhood. They cleared the path for the right child to find me. Jamie needed a dad who understands that families can break, who knows that betrayal doesn't define your worth, who chose him not from obligation or accident, but from purpose, from love. My phone buzzes. Jenny, how did today go? I text back. Perfect. Jamie asked if I was his forever dad. And? I said yes. Then he said he picked me. I'm not crying. You're crying. We both are. Mom wants to know if you need anything. Just time. We're figuring it out. You're going to be amazing, Daniel. I hope so. I know so. Jamie's lucky to have you. I'm the lucky one. I close his door quietly, leave it cracked like he likes. In the kitchen, I prep tomorrow's lunch. Peanut butter and jelly, cut in triangles, not squares, because squares are wrong, Dad. His backpack waits by the door. Name tag attached, Jamie Hayes. Hayes. He chose to take my name. The social worker said he'd never done that before, never wanted anyone's name. But he wanted mine. Sometimes families are born from blood, sometimes from choice, sometimes from the ashes of what was supposed to be. If you've built your own family from scratch, you know this truth. The families we choose often become our greatest miracles. Share your chosen family story below. Use only chosen miracles so we can celebrate together. The house is quiet, peaceful, no secrets hidden in wallets, no lies fermenting in silence. Just a father and son, building something strong enough to last. Tomorrow will bring challenges. Preschool tears, probably mine more than his. Questions about why he doesn't have a mom. Someday, questions about where he came from. I'll answer them all honestly, age appropriately. But tonight, we're enough. We're complete. We're family. We don't leave. We never leave.